Tide Talk Web is back, baby! And we got a special guest today, youngest Tide fan in my family, Penelope Webb. Yay! Give it. Say yay! Yay! Anyway, just going to do a short video. I'll do another one later for you guys. I was reading a story on the all-Tide defense, voted on by fans and other people. But anyway, let's jump into it. Defensive tackle, we got Terrence Cody and Ashawn Robinson. Those guys were nose graders. I mean, does anybody remember when Terrence Cody blocked 2 kicks in 2009 against Tennessee? Like, I walked in the bathroom that last kick because I was like, it's done data. I'm dropping a turd because this season was going to be a turd. But it turns out he made a miraculous play and blocked 2 kicks and did great. Penelope wasn't around for that one, but she goes, Roll Tide. Watch out, kiddo. But we got defensive end. They got Marcel Darius, which absolute stud. Everybody remembers what he did in the national championship game. He made mincemeat out of that quarterback, grabbed the fumble or the pitch pass and ran for a TD. Ashawn Robinson, everybody remembers when he picked off the quarterback at Tennessee and saved the game for us because we were literally about to lose that game. And he sealed the deal for us on that deal. So he was an absolute stud. He was a terror in the middle of the defensive line. Middle linebacker, you've got Rolando McClain. He was amazing in college. He was going to be great in the pros. Probably could have been an all-pro player. Problem was he just, for whatever reason, can't stay out of trouble. You got C.J. Mosley also in that group. You had the outside linebackers. You had Courtney Upshaw, and who was a stud. Like, he demolished LSU in 2011 in the national championship game. Guy was also hard to stop. He could up-end running backs that were his size. I mean, the guy was incredible. You also had Ryan Anderson that was voted on. At cornerback, they have Dre Kirkpatrick and D. Millender. Those guys were lights out in college. Pros, not so much, but college, they were absolutely amazing. They were voted on at safety. These are hands down 2 guys I would have thought off the top of my head that were voted on, that were picked. They got Mark Barron and HaHa Clinton Dix. Obviously, punter. I mean, can you go with anybody else but J.K. Scott? The guy's money. I mean, he averaged, 56 yards at punt or something insane like that. The guy's amazing. They also voted on best player of the Saban era, and it was really broke down. It was dissected. They've got Derrick Henry, which I can't really disagree. I mean, hell, there was quite a few games. If we hadn't had him in 2015, we'd have lost, like, hands down. Hell, just against LSU when we couldn't get anything moving, he had 210 yards and 38 carries against LSU. I mean, we wouldn't have won a national championship that year without him. There were some games that Jake Coker was stalling in that he single-handedly did great in. I mean, if you think about it, he had 395 carries, and he ran 90 times in between 2 games against Auburn and Florida for those games because we were struggling in just those 2 games that we were having. Also, harder with a guest spot. Watch out, Miss Penelope. We had the all Saban coaching staff. These were kind of hands-down picks that were really easy to pick. OC, obviously Lane Kiffin. I know a lot of people are going to be like, no, not Lane Kiffin, not Joey Coolwater. But think about it. Between the 3 years that he was at Bama, we won SEC championships and went to 2 national championships. Probably should have won the second one. But I digress. There were reasons we didn't. QB, coach, Jim McElwain, hands down, he was amazing. I mean, look what he did with John Parker Wilson. I can't do it because I don't have any hair, but he had that Gardendale cut. But anyway, running backs coach, you had Burton Burns. He's been there since 2007. I mean, do I even need to mention his name? The amount of running backs. He's got 2 Heisman winners. I mean, think about it. You had Mark Ingram. You had Richardson, Lacey, Kenyon Drake, Derrick Henry. Look at the guy. He's got Jacobs now. He's got Bo Scarborough. He's got Najee Harris. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, this dude's a stud. Wide receivers coach, you got Billy Napier. You got to remember he coached Cooper, Ridley, and Stewart since he's been there. O-line, Jeff Stoutland. You got to remember, a lot of people don't know the name, but you got to remember he recruited and coached Fluker, Warmack, Steen, Kawanjo. Kind of speaks for itself. Tight ends coach is Bobby Williams. He's been there since 2007, but he's had Colin Peak. He's had Williams. He's had O.J. Howard. You got to remember, OC coach, obviously, is Kirby Smart, hands down. He was nearly there for a decade. D-line coach is Bo Davis. You got to think he won championships in 09, 15, and got close in 14. The guy's awesome. Outside linebacker coach is Josh Lipo. Everybody says, well, he just got there. Well, think about it. The outside linebackers had fallen off at that point. We were not doing great production. We were not getting sacks. He brought along the emergence of Tim Williams, Ryan Anderson. We were top in sacks in 2015 and 16 in the country. So that speaks for itself. Middle linebacker, Kirby Smart. He coached the middle linebackers. Enough said there. Secondary, Jeremy Pruitt. You got to remember he coached from 2010 to 2012. You got to remember 2 national championships under him. He coached at Kirkpatrick, Millender, Barron, amongst some. And you also got to remember special teams. We had Bobby Williams. He's been there since the beginning. He's had some great special teams units. Javier Arenas rings a bell. Last year we were very good. A lot of the kickers he recruits. So, yeah, I mean, it speaks for itself, the volumes. Sorry I didn't have more stories today because I got this one playing Mr. Mom today. So, whoop! But I will definitely have another video on post later today. And bye-bye from me and my special guest, me and Penelope. Whee! We will holler at you later.